Hey guys, what is going on? I hope you all are doing well today. Elliot here. Welcome back to The Fragrance Well. For today's video, we are going to be talking about the subject matter of elevating your scent game. Here's the thing about elevating your scent game. It's kind of a blanket statement because you have to ask, if you're being honest, well, what am I elevating my scent game for? I use my fragrances for different uses, for different scenarios. At least that's how I think about them. So what am I elevating my scent game for? Because, a lot of times that might make you think like, well, I need like a super expensive fragrance or I need a super complex fragrance. And the fact of the matter is that's not necessarily the case, while that can be true though. But for today's video, I'm gonna focus on just daily wears. Basically you're doing your normal daily routine, but you don't want a scent that smells like what a lot of guys may be wearing. Here's the thing though, this is actually the lowest bar for elevating your scent game, because if you are in the fragrance community and you're wearing fragrances that are not Sauvage, not Bleu de Chanel, not an Aqua de Jo fragrance, maybe not a Stronger With You style fragrance or a 1 million style fragrance, basically those top sellers, you're already elevating your scent game because you're wearing something different than what most guys may be wearing. So this is a low bar, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about it. I've got 8 fragrances here that I think are great daily wear fragrances, your everyday routine type of fragrances that do not smell like any of those popular fragrances. And as far as I'm concerned, they will elevate your scent game. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. But before we do, as always, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please hit that bell icon, enable notifications so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Let's get into it. Alright guys, first one is going to be coming from Masa. It's going to be Vetiver Sensuel. Masa, Vetiver Sensuel. This one, I might have even included this in a video with a similar subject matter before, but I don't care, because this one is truly that good of a choice. When you're talking about a fragrance that any guy can wear at any time for anything, and it will absolutely get the job done, Masa Vetiver Sensuel is just one of those scents. And in terms of it being like a daily wear scent, it's easily that. This is a very clean, slightly floral vetiver. I think that is Haitian vetiver, if I'm not mistaken, that gives that quality. So that's the kind of vetiver that's in here. It's not smoky, it's not too earthy or anything like that. You've got a beautiful collection of citruses that have a very watery effect, not necessarily marine. It just smells like citrus infused water to my nose. There's a little bit of a mintiness in here. There's also some other florals to kind of add to that freshness of this fragrance, but it's just basically a citrus infused, very clean, slightly floral vetiver fragrance that any guy can rock at any time, and it is definitely a people pleaser for sure, and a pretty good longevity on this as well. So if you want something to get you through the day, this one does typically give those results, although do be aware your results may vary, but that's been my experience and a lot of other people's. And yeah, elevating your scent game, check that box with this fragrance for sure. So once again, from Masa, this is Vetiver Sensuel. Alright guys, next one is coming from Savoir Faire, and this is Hellaflora. Savoir Faire, Hellaflora. Now just a little caveat with this scent. This is going to be for the guy who is not afraid of floral heavy fragrances. Now, this fragrance is not floral heavy in a feminine way to my nose. I mean, it is unisex. You could say maybe it leans very slightly feminine, but to me, it's actually presenting florals in a very masculine way. The floral nature of it, it's kind of a collection of florals, but I do get a little bit of a jasmine and like a, magnolia kind of feel. There is a little bit of a pepperiness with this scent. It does have a slightly sugary sweetness to it. It's very light. It's not syrupy or anything like that. So a little bit of a muskiness as well. And yeah, I think that pepperiness and the great balance of the florals is what makes it a good wear for men in particular. But one thing's for sure, you're going to elevate your scent game with this. Not many guys are going to be walking around smelling like this fragrance does. And the other great thing about it is a fragrance you can absolutely wear for pretty much anything. It's kind of hard for me to think of a scenario where I would put this into a box. I think this can work for anything. So once again, from Savoir Faire, this is Hellaflora. All right, moving on. Next one is coming from Narciso Rodriguez. This is going to be Bleu Noir Eau de Parfum. Narciso Rodriguez, Bleu Noir for him Eau de Parfum. Now, I know the Parfum version of the Bleu Noir fragrances is very, very popular. It's not one that really resonates with me, but I can understand and appreciate the popularity that it has. And by the way, that could also go on this list. I like this one better. And it is quite different from the Parfum that's more focused on iris and like suede like notes. This one here is clean woods, clean musky woods. I don't know what it is about this scent, but this one really resonates with me. You got a collection of clean blonde wood, so that cedar sandalwood style of woodiness, if you will. And it also, I think, has ebony wood listed as a note. I don't know what ebony wood just by itself smells like, but if it's strong in here, I would say I probably like it. There is a very grassy vetiver in this one as well, very synonymous with the vetiver that is in Vetiver Sensuel. It's the same characteristics, same quality, if you will, and again, lots of musk. So woods and musk, that's basically what you're getting from this in a very fresh way. This one definitely screams good for professional environment, but also just good modern masculine scent that you can use for anything that doesn't smell like a Bleu de Chanel or Dior Sauvage. This is really good stuff here. And as far as I'm concerned, you're gonna elevate your scent game, because this is not something I can think of that smells like a lot of what guys wear on a typical basis. So once again, from Narciso Rodriguez, this is Bleu Noir Eau de Parfum. All right, the next one is gonna be coming from Issey Miyake, and that's gonna be Nuit DC Parfum. Issey Miyake Nuit DC Parfum. So what you're gonna get from this one is gonna be leather and vanilla to be exact, and it is presented in a very wearable way, if you will. Leather, often not really thought of as something that people would wear on a daily basis. Usually it's maybe a little too strong, a little too something. You know, leather can be smoky, it can be sometimes a little animalic. It can become in a variety of ways, but it can also be very, very clean. I think this one is kind of a balance between the two. And also the vanilla in here is not ridiculously sweet. It's just kind of adding a softer element to this fragrance. Kind of has a spicy feel to it. I think there's a little bit of citrus, also kind of adding a little bit of brightness to the scent. It smells very masculine, very gentlemanly, definitely has a modern feel overall. Maybe a little bit more mature of a scent compared to some of these other options I'm gonna present in this video. But point is, it definitely will elevate your scent game. Most people are definitely not walking around smelling like this. And to be fair, here in the States, a little bit harder to find. It's not impossible to find now. I think FragranceNet has had it in stock for quite some time. So they either got a lot of stock in, or maybe people are just not really buying it. But I just wanted to throw something in here that's a little bit different from the clean, woody, musky, vetiver, or citrus that you typically are gonna find in a fragrance in a daily wear category. So that's why I wanted to present this one. Once again, from Issey Miyake, this is Nuit DC Parfum. All right, next one is gonna be coming from Bond number 9. That's gonna be Lafayette Street. Bond number 9, Lafayette Street. Yeah, I don't have a cap because this is a tester bottle. So this one here, everyday wear easily, but in a very pleasing way. It's really heavy on the florals when you first spray it. Kind of just has this springtime vibe in my opinion. There's also like some crispy apple-y / bergamot kind of notes adding to the overall brightness of this fragrance. But the heavier base notes of this fragrance are going to be like vanilla, tonka bean. There's a lot of ambroxan as well. So it kind of has that modern, pleasant smell that you can expect from a lot of more modern fragrances that use a lot of ambroxan. But to the point of the video, people pleaser scent for sure, easy daily wear fragrance, and also not everybody's gonna be smelling like Lafayette Street from Bond number 9. The good thing about this also is that it is available on discounters nowadays. It wasn't really available when I first got it. I actually bought this directly from someone, and even the price he was selling the tester bottle for is more expensive than what you can get the full presentation for now at a discounted rate. So once again, from Bond number 9, this is Lafayette Street. Okay, this next one is going to be coming from Kajal, and this is going to be Masa. Kajal Masa. So with this one right here, let's just give Kajal some props right now. If you're wearing a Kajal fragrance as your daily wear scent, you're already elevating your scent game because their fragrances just have that quality to them. And I haven't even smelled all of them, but I feel pretty confident in saying that. I could be wrong, but I feel confident in saying that. So this one in particular has a little bit of an apple, kind of tangy, crispy fruity citrusy smell off the top. Does have some like maybe some grapefruit and mandarin kind of citrus notes. Does have a good amount of what I would consider to be a grassy vetiver, some other woody elements to it as well. Has a little bit of a watery, aquatic kind of feel also, but it's not like salty or anything like that. And also just kind of clean woods to kind of round out that vetiver feel that this scent has. I still think this fragrance deserves more praise than it gets. This is a really good, interesting, different, but effective daily wear fragrance in my opinion. It is also quite powerful, so for those of you who want a scent to last all day, this one for most people should give you that result. And it smells very, very pleasant. It does have a good compliment factor in my opinion. I have received compliments while wearing this fragrance, but yeah, to the point of the video, definitely will set you apart from the average fragrance wearer, no questions asked. Once again, from Kajal, this is Masa. All right, the next one is coming from Ormond Jane, and this one here is going to be Montabaco Intensivo. Ormond Jane, Montabaco Intensivo. I also might have talked about this fragrance in a similar style video before, but it is just that good that it has to be featured as far as I'm concerned. So this one here is what I would consider to be a clean tobacco fragrance with a lot of supporting elements. It's got this kind of chilled air, cooling spice effect to the fragrance. Has some tea notes as well, so it also has this kind of calming, slightly green effect. There's quite a bit of tonka bean in here to sweeten it up a little bit, and also a very cedar wood like base to this fragrance. And that dry like cedar wood effect mixing with the cooling air just kind of gives a dry cool air effect to this fragrance. It's very interesting, it's very unique, easy daily wear fragrance. This is one of those scent DNAs that I think can work for any guy in any scenario. And if you're familiar with the scent DNA, you know it smells nothing like those more popular scent DNAs. So yeah, if you want to elevate your scent game, stand out with your scent game, this is an easy choice for that. So once again, from Ormond Jane, this is going to be Montabaco Intensivo. All right, and last but certainly not least, coming from Amouage, this is Enclave. Amouage Enclave. So this one here, I mean, kind of similar to Kajal. If you're wearing an Amouage fragrance, you're probably going to stand out with your scent choice. This one here is going to feature quite a bit of mint, and also has a little slight kind of incensey, smoky spiciness to it. It's pretty subtle in my opinion, to my nose at least, but it also has this very warm kind of fuzzy amberiness to the scent. And man, I just think this fragrance is outstanding because it is very unique to my nose. Now, some people don't jive with this because it makes them think of toothpaste. I don't really get that, but I can certainly understand it. So if that is the case, then, you know, hey, I've featured 7 other fragrances. This one doesn't have to be one for you. But with all that being said, I can't really put this fragrance into a box in terms of its usage. So I think it is a good daily wear fragrance that will definitely have you standing apart from the masses. And I mean, there's no questions asked. There's no fragrance with this DNA that most people would go for. So once again, from Amouage, this one here is Enclave. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this video. That was 8 fragrances that I think can help you elevate your scent game in terms of daily wear usage. But you don't necessarily have to take my word for it. Let me know down in the comments below if you have some other fragrances that you think would make good elevate your scent choices for daily wear. Let me know what they are down below. I would love to see what you guys have to say. Thanks again for watching all the way into the end. I really do appreciate you guys. Please remember to be well and smell well. And I'll see you in the next episode of The Fragrance Well. Have a good one.